Welcome back to the DRL Summer Series. Today, we take our stop for the second round of 8 on the season at one of the most fabled racetracks in America. We're here at the good old Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. Coming off the back of an incredible Daytona race, we are excited to get underway for 37 laps of action here in South Carolina and the Palmetto State. As I mentioned, last race in Daytona, this is to open the season for the DRL 500. We had a bit of a barn burner there. Pretty good racing, 30 laps around that 2.5 mile super speedway. It was pretty fun overall, and we got a new winner out of it in Annie Thomas. She starts 8th today in that 26 Penrite Ford. We'll have to see what she can do here in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen 500, but starting from the pole, big staple, Nathan Stapleton will roll off from the pole, as you'll see in just a moment when we fire these engines up and get ready to race at Darlington. And the engines are fired here. 25 supercars ready to roll off here from the Darlington Raceway. And as I said, starting on the pole, the 97 of Nathan Stapleton in that Red Bull and Paul machine. Next to him, the number 9 of David Dawn, who just came up just short of winning at Daytona last week, about a car length short of Annie Thomas. We'll see what he can do from the second spot today. Third place, Matt Harper, who finished 4th after coming out of nowhere at Daytona, and Ryan Durrani in the Castrol car for the second straight year. He rolls off 4th today. Starting 5th, rounding out the top 5 will be Tanner Parton in the Cool Drive machine, alongside last race's pole sitter Skylar Taylor. Starting in the 7th spot, Bradley Ream in the 11, who enjoyed a good run at Daytona, and defending race winner Annie Thomas, who started off the year very strong, once again with that win at Daytona. Rounding out the top 10, the Aussie, the Aussie... Oh my god. Shit. What are you trying to say? The Aussie himself, Zachary Fitzwater. Fitzy rolls off 9th, and rounding out the top 10 will be Reggie Fogelman in the 20 in the Hino machine. We get ready. The pace cars are already pulling ahead of the field. Dylan Matthews rounds it out in that 96, and everyone is rolling off just fine. No issues. The pace car will make that sharp dive to pit road. It's a hard entry, but none of these drivers will have to make it today. We should be all good to go here at Darlington. Nathan Stapleton will lead the field to green, and the flag man has the flag in his hands, and it is waving. Off we go in those Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen 500 at Darlington. Nathan Stapleton's going to come around and lead the first lap with Matt Harper right behind him in that 23 car. Tanner Parton, and here comes Bradley Ream trying to make a move for that third spot now on lap number 2. He's got a nose to the inside. Parton keeps it out of the wall, and I think the rest of the field does too. David Dawn fell back to 5th on that start, and here comes an optimistic Ryan Durrani down to the inside in that 55 Castrol machine. Looking for 5th and a doubled move into 4th if he can get alongside Parton and stay there into turn number 1, the best passing zone on this track. And around goes Durrani. You lose so much time up on that outside lane, and it'll be magnified as we get farther into the race by these tires when they wear out, because they wear out quickly, and the fall off is amazing here at Darlington. Can't wait to see what these guys do when we get there, but right now, fresh new tires, lots of grip. And up front, Nathan Stapleton still leading. Leads lap number 3 now, but here comes Matt Harper in that 23.
Stapleton and Harper have a huge advantage over the pack. We'll see how long they can hold this one, or how long it will take for Harper to try and get around Stapleton, because he is slowly gaining up to that back bumper of Stapleton into 3.
And Harper just trying to draft right up to the back bumper of Nathan Stapleton here in that 97. Still about the same position he was just a lap ago when he came off of turn number 4. Can Harper make the move in the Newlawn car? Not quite yet. Patience is a virtue here. It's still lap number 5 of just 37 laps. And Matt Harper can use that time as much as he needs it right now. Bradley Ream, however, might be starting to close in just a little bit back here in the 11. Ryan Durrani, and David Dawn round out the top 5 as it runs right now. Here comes Bradley Ream with a big run off of turn number 4. Can he make it stick on the inside? Looks like he'll have to push and stay back for now, but keep pushing there for that Shell V-Power machine. Nathan Stapleton starts to pull away once again.
Stapleton avoids one there as Harper starts to fall back into the clutches of Bradley Ream, who sends one down the inside of turn number 3. Bradley Ream is going to...
Oh, watch this run off the outside. Here comes Matt Harper back at it again. Ryan Durrani's right there, spectator to watch the whole thing, and David Dawn's going to make a move on him, unsuspectingly. And Ryan Durrani's going to fall back quite a few spots here. So does Matt Harper. Ream rockets to second, and Nathan Stapleton loves to see this in his mirrors, already starting to pull away as we come to complete lap number 7 this time by.
Stapleton's got to be loving what's going on behind him, besides the fact that Ream is slowly closing, but...
Ream has a really fast car here.
Both the Shell cars do. They both started up here in the top 10. And there's the other one. Making move to the inside of Matt Harper. He is going to just get the position.
Dylan Cunningham in the 17. I believe that's taking away the 5th spot from Matt Harper, who continues to fall back on that outside lane. Titan Nicholas running up inside the top 10 for the first time today in the 34 as well. But Bradley Ream still starting to continue to catch Nathan Stapleton here. And it's a bit of a gap behind him to David Dawn. Zachary Fitzwater runs solid in the 4th spot. And as we mentioned, the other Shell car of Dylan Cunningham up here in the 17. Rounds out the top 5 for now, but we'll keep watching Bradley Ream as he tries to make some inroads on Nathan Stapleton here, who's still led every lap up front in that Red Bull car.
Stapleton coming into complete lap number 9 into 10. Bradley Ream right on his back bumper. We saw Matt Harper do earlier. He fell back, but I think Ream's got a better shot. No one even close to these top 2 off of turn number 2. It is Stapleton and Ream by almost 3/4 of a second.
Battle for the 3rd spot now. Zachary Fitzwater making a move in that Snowy River Caravan's Ford Mustang, and he might just complete the pass off of 4 here. He will. Up to the podium spots goes Zachary Fitzwater ahead of David Dawn in that Coca-Cola car. And Titan Nicholas breaking into the top 5 now. He puts Cunningham on the outside lane. But Cunningham will be saved by the side-by-side battle behind him with Reggie Fogelman and Shakur McKenzie, who has come into the top 10 for the first time today. Almost won Daytona, but had a damaged car on that final restart. McKenzie trying to reclaim what that win that might have been his if we got in another caution last week. Reggie Fogelman and Tanner Parton's continue to round out the top 10 here. But it's still very, very tight for the 3rd spot and the 1st spot. Bradley Ream just kind of biding his time right now, but it's lap 12, coming to 13 this time, as he runs through turns 3 and 4, about the same distance back as he has been this entire run. And Stapleton looks like he's starting to pull out just a little bit of that gap once again. Ahead of Ream, as the tires continue to wear on these guys' cars, it'll be even harder to pass. But Zachary Fitzwater leading a bit of a train behind him. Some guys getting a little bit antsy now, including Titan Nicholas, who's been quite aggressive so far, almost tried to make a move on David Dawn. Dawn said, "No, you don't," and he defended that move right into turn 3. Behind him, Matt Harper, Dylan Cunningham. Shakur McKenzie's caught up to the back of this group as well. And then back for the 9th spot, looking like Reggie Fogelman and Derek Alexander battling it out. Alexander's got a nose to the inside of 20. And into turn 3 they go. Alexander trying to clear off the corner, and he looks like he will. Fogelman continues to fall back now into the clutches of Samet Ozkin, as up front, a move to the inside for the lead. Bradley Ream going to the front finally, and he got Fitzwater to go right with him. But Nathan Stapleton must have had a massive issue or massive slip-up or something, because he just lost a full 1.5 advantage over all these guys now. He's stuck in this train. Ream going to see what he can do with some clean air on the grill of that Mustang. But Zachary Fitzwater not looking to let him get away. And neither is David Dawn. And here comes Stapleton once again trying to make his way right back up to where he was. Lap 16, and Stapleton finally getting back to the 3rd spot as David Dawn is going to fall way back here in the 9. Just avoiding tapping the wall there.
The battle for the lead intensifying here as Zachary Fitzwater looks to make moves to the inside of Bradley Ream. does not have the right to do it. And he will slowly fall back. Ream will lead us to lap number 17.
Stapleton is charging right back to really quickly, and he's bringing Titan Nicholas with him in this 34, who is running the highest he has been this entire race so far. Not halfway quite yet, but we're getting close to that point, and Stapleton's gonna try and reel back in Ream. And it looks like he's doing it quite quickly, finally getting some of that pace back that he had out front. Right into turn 1, as Harper sends it for third, down behind him on Nicholas. Dylan Cunningham following him in, but it's Stapleton trying to make the move once again, trying to get back to the lead here as we come to halfway this time by side into turn number 3 with Bradley Ream and Nathan Stapleton on the top and the bottom, and Ream working that outside lane really well. Gonna get the run off the corner and stave him off for now.
Stapleton determined to get this lead back. He's been charging ever since Ream passed him, and he will probably get by Ream with the way he's been driving through the rest of this pack now. We have a lead group of just about 6 cars as Stapleton makes moves to the inside to turn number 3.
And lots of guys making the moves behind him. It's going to be 2 by 2 by 2 through turn number 3. Nathan Stapleton almost cleared Ream, but Ream is just right there on the back quarter panel of Stapleton. He gets back side by side, but it's no match for him in turn 1. Nathan Stapleton to the lead once again on lap number 20. Matt Harper is right there with him, and now Dylan Cunningham becomes the highest running shell car. He moves up to third. Zachary Fitzwater's still up here, as well as the Penrite machine of Shakur McKenzie and many, many more. At least the top 10. I think the top 11 is back here now, along to Samet Oskin in the 11th spot. But they are all bunched up right behind Nathan Stapleton, who tries to pull away here. Now lap 21 at 37, 16 laps to go.
Stapleton back where he belongs, in front of the pack of his incredibly fast Red Bull car. Matt Harper back into the second position, trying to chase him down, getting a bit of draft like earlier in the race. And Dylan Cunningham finally making it into the top 3. Harper to the back bumper. Oh,
Stapleton's blowing up from the lead, and it's going to get right in the way of the 23. Harper falls way back. And it looks like it's going to be the Shell teammates of Dylan Cunningham and Bradley Ream are going to take the lead away from each other. It's the 17 out front and the 11 right behind him. Zachary Fitzwater inherits the 3rd position, but what a heartbreaker for Nathan Stapleton, who definitely had the best car in this race after starting on the pole. It's going to end in dead last for him. And my heart just breaks for that 97 car. What a day he was having. But the teammates fighting it out up front. Dylan Cunningham gonna try and stave off Bradley Ream and let Zachary Fitzwater take a bite out of this 11 car, but it's not working yet, and they are still bumper to bumper down into turn number 3.
Cunningham, Ream, those two exact same paint schemes. Zachary Fitzwater trying to break them up front here.
You know, another pair of teammates that's up here, the 2 Coca-Cola Erebus teammates, looking like David Dawn running just ahead of Samet Oskin, but up front, a move for the lead, Bradley Ream trying to take advantage off of turn number 4, but Dylan Cunningham gets the run out the outside. It's going to be Ream at the line, and I think Cunningham's going to get a one-way ticket to the back of this train through turns 1 and 2. Shakur McKenzie goes by, Derek Alexander trying to get by, as well as Titan Nicholas, and then Dawn, Oskin, and Reggie Fogelman all in line back to the 9th spot. Annie Thomas has come back into the top 10 now after that drama. Matt Harper's fallen all the way back to 11th now after Stapleton blew up right in front of him. He must have inhaled the fumes or something. I mean, they were so close together. Stapleton sitting on the pit road trying to get that car fixed, but it's going to be pretty much a moot point for him. So he's going to be last regardless already. However, Bradley Ream, Zachary Fitzwater, and Shakur McKenzie are all right together now in the top 3. 11 to go in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen 500 at Darlington.
Bradley Ream came up front for a bit, but Zachary Fitzwater trying to end that. He is right up to the back bumper. Bradley Ream looking to make it with the inside. Not quite going to get there. Shakur McKenzie also right behind them if they make a mistake. And they are pulling it from the rest of the pack. These top 3 out by about half a second.
Bradley Ream taking 10 to go this time by. Will he be able to defend the hard-charging Zachary Fitzwater and Shakur McKenzie? He's behind him, the battle for the 4th spot. Titan Nicholas going to the inside of Derek Alexander. And Alexander's going to get stuck on this outside lane, as we've seen so many times before. But Nicholas has to check up as the caution is out. The caution is out here at Darlington, and I believe that is the other 888 Red Bull of Caleb Rose sitting on the pit lane. So, a terrible day for this Red Bull team. And it is indeed Caleb Rose in that 88. Stapleton's already out of the race. Rose was not having a good one in the first place, but this is going to put them both in the last 2 spots. You know, not that teams mean a whole ton in this series, but it is still a shocking event for the Red Bull cars, both of them, to retire after they both were so good at Daytona as well. So, we'll figure out what happened to Caleb Rose to bring out that caution, and then suppose we'll have a restart here with about 6 or 7 laps to go, I believe, if I did my math right there. So, we'll go take a look at what happened, and then we'll be right back here to get to the restart. So, the reason for this caution, as we saw Caleb Rose on pit lane, this is what happened. An engine failure off of turn number 4. Obviously, he has to rely on momentum to try and get back down to a safe place on the track, and he is not able to do so, as he was just past pit entrance when he blew up. So Caleb Rose runs around on the apron for a little bit and then parks it in turn 2 after he can go no further, and that triggered the game's caution. So that is the reason for our caution here. Just a small reason, but we'll have to see if it has any huge effects on this restart and on the outcome of this race. We'll get you right back, and we'll restart with 6 laps to go here at Darlington. Welcome back to the Darlington Raceway, where we are set to restart this race with 6 laps to go, in what will probably be the final restart of the race. If we do get another caution, we'll probably end the race under caution, as I believe we're running 4 or 5 laps under caution. But after seeing what happened to Caleb Rose, just after one thing to note, Kagami Owoye had to come down the pit road during that caution with a fuel system issue. Luckily they fixed it. He's back out on the lead lap. Wasn't having a great day up to this point, but we'll see what he can do with maybe some fresh tires as well. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how far he can get up through the field. His teammate Titan Nicholas has been enjoying a good run so far. He rounds out the top 5, but the rest of them leading this race, Bradley Ream. And right as that caution came out, he was defending a hard-charging Zachary Fitzwater and Shakur McKenzie. Derek Alexander running in the 4th spot right now, and then as we mentioned, Titan Nicholas rounding out the top 5 as we are ready to go back to green flag racing here at Darlington. The pace car back down the pit road, hopefully for the final time today, and Bradley Ream has control of this field. The 11 holding them back just a little bit, and up through the gears once again. The gas is down, and the brake is lifted. We are green flag racing at Darlington in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen 500. Once again, Bradley Ream, good restart. It's a little bit of a gap to Zachary Fitzwater just behind him. But obviously you can't make many moves, if any moves at all, on the first lap of a restart here. We'll have to see if Fitzwater can get a good run. Alexander does from the 4th spot. To the inside, Shakur McKenzie. Can he make it stick? Doesn't look like it's going to quite work here for the 8 car, and the 19 will come back right on the outside in the Penrite Ford Mustang versus the R&J Batteries Chevrolet Camaro. But McKenzie gets stuck on that outside lane, and Alexander will rocket right to 3rd as McKenzie's going to fall, maybe even outside the top 10 with this move here. Left, back to the front, Bradley Ream continuing to hold still out a car-length lead over Zachary Fitzwater, who was trying to get it right back. Ream had to check up a little more into turn number 3, and a better set of corners there for Fitzwater. Can he have the run here? 4 laps to go at Darlington.
Fitzwater right in the back bumper of Ream. He sends one down the inside. He does not have the run through the corner. Ream will have the advantage down the backstretch. Can Fitzwater hold it like we saw the R&J Batteries car do a lap or 2 earlier? He does. He's going to send one back to the inside. He has help from the inside lane. Ream has to check up off of turn number 3. It is side-by-side for the race lead.
But down the hill with the momentum, Ream gets it. Can he clear Fitzwater into turn number 1? He will. However, Derek Alexander could not clear Titan Nicholas for the 3rd spot. Back far he goes. Now, Dylan Cunningham breaking into the 4th spot once again, and I believe that is Samet Ozkin in the 99, moving into 5th. 2 laps to go this time by. Zachary Fitzwater might have one more shot at this thing. We'll have to see if he can get around Bradley Ream or not, or if Titan Nicholas will have something to try and do with this race in the 34. Bradley Ream sends it into turn number 1. He's got a car length or 2 of advantage over Zachary Fitzwater in that 5.
Fitzwater under a huge amount of pressure from Nicholas, and that might end both their chances of trying to get the win from Bradley Ream into turns number 3 and 4. He has about 2 car lengths over Zachary Fitzwater, give or take, and he is going to lead by quite a bit. 1 lap to go here from Darlington.
Nicholas made a bit of a mistake in the turn 3. Fitzwater needs a massive run off this corner, or he needs a big Ream mistake if he wants a chance at this win. The Shell V-Power number 11 of Bradley Ream flying down the back straightaway for the final time here at Darlington, and no challenge is made from Zachary Fitzwater. He's too far back. Bradley Ream, the worst driver in the series last year, is going to come to victory lane in race number 2 of the season at Darlington. And what a defensive performance from Bradley Ream there. Able to hold off all the cars behind him before and after the caution. And a great race for him, getting his first win in the DRL Summer Series. After, we mentioned it, just a terrible season last year. I don't even know if he got a single top 10 last year. It was that bad. But Bradley Ream shows up in victory lane here to start the season off strong. Zachary Fitzwater just couldn't get to him. He had that one big opportunity, but it wasn't enough. And Ream will beat him to the line by 0.15 of a second. So Bradley Ream, Zachary Fitzwater, Titan Nicholas holds down the 3rd spot. After trying to challenge for 2nd, he couldn't quite do it, but a 3rd place finish, still on the podium for Titan, and a good run nonetheless. Dylan Cunningham and Samet Ozkin round out the top 5 after Ozkin, good run at the end of that race to get up into the top 5. Shakur McKenzie, Derek Alexander, David Dawn, Skylar Taylor, and Riley Sampson round out the top 10. I don't think we said Sampson's name once today, but a good run for him breaking into the top 10 late after that restart. I think I saw his name pop in just in the last couple laps. He beat his teammate Reggie Fogelman to the 10th place spot. Nathan Stapleton, what a tough break for them, man. Had the clutch go on him while leading. Had held up Matt Harper, who never recovered from that either. Harper finished 13th. And of Caleb Rose, who brought out the caution with that header failure inside the engine compartment. Tough day for both the Red Bulls. Kagami Iwoye didn't make up any positions at the end in the 35. But Bradley Ream will be the story of the day, getting some redemption on that terrible season he had last year. Great win for Ream and the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen 500. So, with that being said, a great race here at Darlington. With that being said, our next round will be at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway for the Coca-Cola 600. And it was a great race last year. Unfortunately, ended under caution. We'll have to see if we can get a green flag finish this year. Find out next time here in the DRL Summer Series. I've been Logan on behalf of Andrew. Thanks for watching today at Darlington. We'll see you next time at Coca-Cola, and here are the points for the DRL Summer Series after 2 rounds.